Some Scents coming to you with a new video. Today I am talking about Kayali's newest release. It's the Fleur Majesty Rose Royale 31. This came out, I want to say, back in March, and before I wanted to come on and share my initial thoughts versus a first impression, I want to take some time to sit with it, try it out, see, get my initial thoughts, capture them on paper, and then just go ahead and share them out and decide whether or not this is something that either I will keep this as a 10 mil, or if it's something that I would like to go ahead and get like the 1.7 ounce. So we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and get started with my thoughts. So the notes for this fragrance are, the top notes are mandarin orange, juicy pear, and sweet peach. The middle notes are magnolia, white peony, rose centifolia, and violet wood. And then the bottom notes, or the base notes, are vetiver, the Kayali signature accord, which I'll put the notes up what the Kayali signature accord is, Ambrox super, vanilla, praline, and musk. I have to say, when I first got this, I enjoy certain rose scents, light ones, nothing heavy, nothing that burns my eyes. And I could say that nothing that sets off my allergies or makes me realize I have allergies until I get a strong floral scent. And so my first impression of when I got this was, it was very light, it was sweet, and it was crisp. Nothing too overwhelming. I don't want to say this is like an office safe scent, but I feel like it's certainly something that if you applied it just very lightly, and probably in terms of some of the scent combos that I was able to come up with, I think you could either get away with it, but for sure this would be a great springtime, summer scent. I want to say even, wedding, graduation season, special occasions, I liked it. So again, it was a light, sweet, and fruity scent. A little bit of this, like I said, in terms of if you were to wear this, in the office, I don't know if I necessarily truly recommend it, but a little bit goes a long way. I don't think this is one that you would have to overspray. Now, you may need to go back and reapply maybe after 4 hours or so, but you don't need to drench yourself with this. It'll speak for itself, kind of like tone itself down a little bit throughout the day, and then you can just hurry go back in, do a couple extra spritzes, and go on. And so when I wore this, I think I sprayed this around 1 p.m. And I want to say by like 5 o'clock or so, because I work from home. So by 5 o'clock, I could probably go for another like little refresh, or, if you ever just want to go into a different fragrance, you can do that. But that's when it kind of went more to a skin scent, but it did still last on my clothes. Again, like I said, it's a nice spring summer scent, weddings, graduations, other events. And, it is a good option if you want to dip your toe into floral scents. If you, have had some hits or misses, I think this is a good start. The 10 mil with any fragrance is always a good start, but I think this one was a great one. It wasn't, maybe the vetiver, I think maybe added a little bit of greenness to it. But this is overall your floral, sweet, fruity fragrance. And it's not a candy sweet type, not like the vanilla candy rock sugar. You definitely will still get the floral pull on this. What I didn't like about this scent, however, is it can be a little overwhelming. Again, like I said, if you overspray, and it may not be completely office friendly, as I also said. And so based on the field you work in, this isn't something that I have a terrible habit of. When I go to the doctor, I will overspray my scents, and I'm trying to get out of that, because reading what other people said online that, when you go to the doctor, if you're not feeling good, you don't want someone walking in with a strong whiff of fragrance. So working on that. But again, based on who you work with, the sensitivity of coworkers, this might be a little triggering. But if you work with people that don't really care, or you don't think they have sensitivities, or they have not openly communicated it, I would say you could probably be all right with this. When I go back and look at some of the comparisons, again, looking at what I currently have in my collection, one of the other rose scents I have is Ouai, Melrose Place. This is another sweet rose scent that, again, not total, these two, they don't compare. I'll put the notes up here on the frame as well. I don't have them with me right now. but I think there's like a little bit of green, like when you think of like grassiness to it in combination with the rose scent. For sure, I think there's like a musk base, but it's still a fresh rose scent, but it's not like the Ouai. So if you have this one and you don't have, you know, this one and you're wondering if they compare, they are different in their own ways. So I could see having, you know, both of these and they would serve an entirely different purpose. Again, still very fresh and probably almost more on a borderline clean scent. And not as fruity as the Kayali Fleur Majesty Rose Royale. She makes those names just like a mouthful. I think I miss the days of just, you know, elixir, musk. Like, no, she's got a whole mouthful when they come up with these fragrance names. The next one is from the Kayali collection. This is Elixir 11. And I should also say, before I go back to this, Ouai is also, you could probably make it work year round, but this is definitely, again, the ideal, perfect spring summer scent. But when I talk about Elixir 11, which is also from Kayali, I don't know if this one is still in production. And because Kayali is going to split, I think at some point later this year, from the Huda Beauty arm, I don't know if she's going to bring back some of the previous fragrances that used to be, I think when Kayali first started in like 2018, I don't know if she's going to come back with some of those original ones that I think a lot of us would love for her to have to re-release. But Elixir 11 this also does not compare to the Fleur Majesty. This is, to me, a fall winter scent. It is heavy. And the notes for this one are red apple, or at least the key notes: red apple, rose de mai absolute, jasmine sandbag absolute, vanilla, and patchouli. And the patchouli kind of takes it in a totally different direction. So again, a great rose scent for winter, but it's heavy. It's not quite like the Oudgasm, the Rose Oudgasm. Like that one's also another heavy winter scent, but they, again, different leagues essentially compared to Fleur Majesty. And then the other one that I've heard people say, you know, kind of has a comparison to is the sample I have here of Parfums de Marly Delina. I ended up ordering a sample of this just to see, like, you know, does it compare? Do they have any common notes? And I think on this one doesn't have the, oh, hang on. So they talk about the notes of here are Turkish rose, lily of the valley, and peony, and blended with lychee and rhubarb, and just with vanilla and white musk at the base. So some common notes in terms of the peony, rose, nothing for lily of the valley, and lychee. So you still have a fruity floral, I think, comparison with this, but not quite the same. So I'm just taking the sample here that I have and just spraying a little bit on my hand here. And this one almost gives me, again, the dry down on my skin, I get a little extra, like, little borderline woodiness from this. So I still get the florals, but I don't get, this has a bright, sparkling type vibe to it. Whereas Delina, again, not the same. They don't compare. So again, if you are trying to get into rose fragrances, or, you know, you're going down that path, and I think the fragrances that I just described, you know, in terms of the Ouai Melrose Place, Elixir, Delina, they all have their own respective scents. So I don't think any of them share. While they share some notes, they are not similar. So to me, my nose, I say these are all distinctly different. So when we talk about the scent combos, now when I buy fragrances, I like to see how they, again, vibe with the body care that I already have in my collection. One thing I'm trying to do this summer is shop my collection and not really add on to it. I have a lot to use up. A lot of it I purchased in 2024. It can probably get me through 2026 at this point. And so I'm just going off of that because I don't want anything to go bad because it's just been sitting on my shelf because I keep getting new stuff in that captures my attention that then the other stuff I'm not paying attention to. So when I did the Fleur Majesty scent combos, I went as far as with different body care items that I have and also different fragrances. And these were some of my favorites. And I'm just gonna go over the favorites because there were some that I tried that I don't even think I captured them or wrote them down because they were like, well, they weren't good, so I wasn't even gonna bother. So the first one is from the Kayali line. So again, the Kayali fragrances, they are created with layering in mind. I know some people feel a certain way about it, that if you're paying, I think right now for the 3.4 ounce, I think it's probably going around like $130 now for a 3.4 ounce bottle. And so a lot of people, they're like, I shouldn't have to layer, but I like layering. I like overspraying. So, you know, it's your prerogative how you want to do it. But the Kayali, the Eden Juicy Apple 01 does very well with this. Just, again, brings out those fruity notes, the fruity aspects of Fleur Majesty. And you see, I have my little scent strip up here that when I was trying to, you know, do some scent combos, I just put it up here, sprayed it, and then to see, like, yeah, it's faded since then because it's probably been maybe a couple weeks since I had was doing my observations, but this is a great one. For the other fragrances, one that I also loved was the Clean Classic Skin. You can also use a Clean Reserve Skin version of this as well. This is a very, truly a skin. It's like your skin, but better. I think how you've heard some fragrances described like that. That's how I feel about Clean. It is a musky scent. And so if you were to say wear this is somewhere where, again, you're in a pinch, you ran out of time, whatever, and you truly want to wear this fragrance to the office, this helps calm it down a bit. And it does give it more of that, again, your skin, but sweeter vibe to it. And so I paired this together. I don't know if there's still anything left on the strip, but if I truly wanted to wear it to work because I loved it, and it's because it was something where it's just like, hey, this scent is going to make my day. If I'm already going to have a stressful day, I'm going to wear what I want to wear, but I am going to tone it down just a little bit with this and just truly give it a clean, natural, but sweet floral scent. So, so that would be one option. And then the other option would be the Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid. I have this 10 ml here. And this was another one that I still get a little bit on here. This was a very airy vanilla that you could pair this with the Fleur Majesty. And similar, you could also do the Juliet Has a Gun vanilla vibes. I think that's another, I don't think I paired those two together, but that's another good one that, again, it makes it very light, airy, like smelling a fruity floral bouquet on a cool day with the fresh, clean, crisp air. That's the best way I can describe it. Hopefully that translates to your nose, but this is one that I also enjoyed and that I will try again. Now on the body care side, I do have 4 Bath and Body Works scents that I thought it also paired great with. So especially for me, I know for Bath and Body Works, it takes me forever to go through a lot of those products. And so I always end up going shopping there, it feels like every other year, because that's how long it takes me to use up a lot of these things. But so that's why when I get different fragrances, I like to see what in that existing collection can be combined into scent combos, because that makes sure I'm using them. And again, when you do those different products, it brings out different notes, the different notes of a scent. So in this case, for Gingham Gorgeous is what I paired with Fleur Majesty. So this has a note of peach nectar and peony blooms. So those are 2 notes that are in Fleur Majesty that pair great together. And you've got the additional pink strawberries note. So again, a little extra fruitiness, a little extra sweetness to it, combines great with the, again, fruity floral notes of Fleur Majesty. Going with, again, the peachy vibe, we've got Peach Bellini, which also was great. This has the notes of succulent peach, sparkling prosecco, and sweet orange. So you've got the mandarin orange, that's in here. And then you've got the peach for the top note. So this goes great as well. I've also tried it with Hello Beautiful, which has notes of white gardenia, jasmine petals, magnolia blossom, pink nectarine, and cotton musk. So some of these, this one just kind of, again, had more so the just straight up floral dominant with a little bit of fruitiness to it, but it worked. I liked it. So if you have any of these, I would say absolutely go for it. Try it. See how it works on your skin as well. I know our body chemistry is different. And so what my nose likes, your nose may not like, but I'm just here to encourage you to, you know, get a 10 mil, see how it works with all the other items in your collection and go from there. And then the other one is just also gingham, the OG. So this has notes of blue freesia, white peach, again, clementine, fresh clementine, violet, and clean musk. So you've got, again, the musk note, violet versus a violet wood. I guess there's maybe some connection there. And white peach. And so again, fruity, floral vibes, works great together. So again, if you have it in your collection, or if you already have those items, that's again, half the work's done for you when it comes to coming up with some scent combos. And then the last two items I have are, let's see here. I've got the Cheirosa 40 or the Bom Dia Bright scent. Now I have this with a different scent the body spray with another scent combo. And so I just taped it to here as a reminder if this is what I used. I will have to put the notes on the screen, but I want to think there's probably like, again, the citrus note, the floral note. Again, I'll put these up to kind of show like how the two mesh together, but this was another good one that the Cheirosa 40 also pairs well with, it plays well with a lot of other fragrances in my collection as well. So I'm kind of working with some additional scent combos there to share. And then the last one was the Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 59. And so for this one, it's got the notes of vanilla orchid, sugar violet, and sheer sandalwood. And so this brings up the true candied vanilla sweetness of the Fleur Majesty Rose Royale. So yeah, I think with that, I've got about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different combos there that, again, I like it. And I feel that once I go through the current 10 mil that I have, like I said, a little bit goes a long way with this. And so I'm probably not going to go rush out right now and get a 1.7 ounce because that would be the next size up. If I had to over spray this, I would probably end up getting the 3.4 ounce, but I want to stick with the 1.7 because, again, this is also very seasonal. This isn't something I personally wear year round just because of where I live. I get all 4 seasons. But if you live somewhere where the weather is always just seasonal, like if you're on like, West Coast, it might be something that you could see wearing year round. But for me, 1.7 ounce would be my next step up once this is done. And then I would leave it at that. So let me know in the comments, have you tried it? Do you like it? Do you think it's full bottle worthy? If you don't, let me know why. I think all of our noses are different. Our body chemistry is different. Our brains, noses, like we all have our different scent memory as well. So if you know what you like about it, let me know in the comments what you don't like about it. And if you have any scent combos of your own that you found that work, that you love, that you want the world to know about, but at least the 88 subscribers that are on this channel. But in the meantime, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this type of content, and if you watched my other previous content and you want to see more, go ahead and hit subscribe. And until then, I'll see you later.